Hey, you. Did you miss me? No? Okay. Okay, that hurts. Anyway, welcome to my channel once again. And this is a video I should have posted 2 weeks ago, but your work has been on my neck for some time. Anyway, this is the last day of me in Denmark, or rather Copenhagen, and everything I did. So I started this day by going to Newhorn. Newhorn. I'm not sure how to pronounce that word. Is it Newhorn or Newvern? I am not quite sure. However, this is just a very, very long street next to the harbor where main activity here is day drinking. I think most of the people who were here were tourists because ain't no way the local people of a country are here at 11 a.m. getting drunk. This must be tourists. Only tourists have the luxury of doing that, I believe. So yeah, it was really beautiful. It kind of gave me the vibes of Stone Town in Zanzibar. Only this is modern, not modern. It has better infrastructure, but honestly, it seemed like just Stone Town. I walked around and finally and also found this street food place. There was like a long street of street food from different parts of the world. Yeah, and this was fascinating to see. The people here, I believe, were also tourists because all these can't be locals. So I think it was a very touristic place to visit. And also, this is literally 11, 12 a.m. So I don't think the locals would be here. I'm sure the locals were somewhere working. Also, there were a lot of bicycles because, like, once again, it's Denmark. Most people cycle everywhere. I kind of feel like it's a European thing right now. So everyone cycled. Again, I could not sit down and try the food and beer because I had so much to see. And this was my last day, and the weather was not really weathering. So every time the sun was out, I tried to go and do something. Yeah. So this was really beautiful. I still think I should have sat down and tried something because who doesn't? Why did I not try anything? What was I rushing to see again? Anyway, I also got to this bridge where the bridge had to open for a very long, should I say ship or boat? I am not quite sure, but the bridge had to open for that ship or boat to pass by because it was quite long. And I felt like that was fascinating to look at. Look at how tall that boat was. Yeah. So it passes and then the bridge closes back and it becomes a road again. So let's see. Does it become a road or does it become just a bridge? Anyway, let's see how that happens. And just like that, the bridge was a passable bridge again. I later took a tram and went to the underground subway. I later at some stop and had to walk a few minutes to Replace, believe it or not. Now, I only came to Replace because I was thinking I would find a Madame Tissot here. I was to the one in Netherlands and it was quite beautiful and nice to look at. Someone had told me that the one in Copenhagen would be bigger than the one in Netherlands. So I was actually really excited to see it. But apparently it no longer exists. So there's no more Madame Tissot here. And there's no more red light districts. I actually wanted to see the red light districts here. and compare them to the one in Netherlands. I know there's nothing to compare, but you can see, you get to see things and decide, yeah. Also, I saw this washroom and this WC, I mean, and I don't think I would sit here. It's creepy. I don't think I would want to sit on that one. It's a bit weird, don't you think? Maybe not, but I personally wouldn't sit there. And then I saw Mr. Robert himself, Robert Ripley, and then I got to see all the other weird people and things that are normally in such a place. So let's see how that went. Now, I honestly got tired of filming around there. I didn't find it quite interesting, so I walked out halfway. I saw that those random pots on the way, they looked so beautiful, and I took a picture of them. And here I was walking into some park, but halfway through walking into this very long, straight, and beautiful path, my legs gave up on me. So I felt so tired. So I took a shortcut and my camera was going off. Everything was going wrong at this moment, but there were fish here at some point. I do not know why this clip came out looking the way it is looking, but they were very beautiful fish. I can't believe they were just being there and not being eaten, because this would be my dinner for a whole week. But and then this was somewhere around the king's castle. I dragged myself here. Literally, I couldn't walk anymore because 3 days of walking was a lot. So this is me on my way out, feeling really, really tired, but still wanting to see more. And then I finally decided to leave and I came shopping. This place had really, really nice quotes on the bags. Yeah, the bags had some really, really nice quotes, and I wanted to buy some for my friend and, of course, my family members, but I do not want them to be asking me for bag in case I did buy a few, but I'm not gonna say which one because my family members might watch this and ask me for their bags because they're very entitled people. So just in case I decide to use them myself, no one can ask me for a bag. But the quotes were hilarious and I really, really loved them. Loved them. And yeah, so this is how I ended my day. From here, I later did go to the mall to get something. I got myself some local beer that I needed to bring with me to my country, and I think that would be all I did for the trip in Copenhagen. Look at those quotes. Now, this is a rough estimate of what I think I'd spent. It definitely, however, could not be more than that, so it's not so expensive. Anyway, until next time, keep it here. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Love you. Bye bye. So I finally walked out and I had to make these faces. Then I saw these random thingies and I took a picture of them because I thought they were cute. I also went to this park on this day, but my feet at this point were so tired. I am even yawning remembering how tired I felt at this point. So yeah, I did walk here for a little, but somehow somewhere in between my legs gave up on me and I started going back home, or rather I turned and went back home. My intention for this day was to go to the King's Garden, but I felt so tired. I mean, I had been walking for the last 3 days, just seeing this place, because when you travel, I feel like walking is the easiest way to see everything because I don't want to miss anything. So I walk, or rather on this trip, I walked everywhere. I do walk everywhere anyway when I go on trips. So yeah, this was how I ended my day after that. So I went shopping here. I wanted to get something for myself from Copenhagen, because who doesn't get themselves things from the country they go? And then I came across these bags, and they had very funny, weird quotes. I couldn't decide on which one to pick, and I wanted to get some for my friends. Well, I don't have many friends, so some for my friend and my sisters. So after this, I will go